Hi, real quick video today, just a little bit on saving some money, getting some jewellery for your dolls nice and cheap. Now I set off with this because a friend of mine bought me a gorgeous ring, sterling silver ring it was as well, with these gorgeous little kittens all the way around it. But because I don't really wear rings because I have trouble with my joints sometimes, it's not that I don't like them, I absolutely love them, especially some of the really big statement pieces, but I do find them quite uncomfortable to wear. So with the help of Chitose here, we're going to have a look at some just cheap bargain buys that I got. In fact, let me take this one off. I'm going to go through a little bit on removing this. Now, obviously with the Smart Doll, we can take the hand off, so we don't need to worry too much about that. So I'm just going to give it a wiggle and take a hand off. I've taken this end off because this is rubbery. You can take, and be careful when you do that, because sometimes you pull the whole thing out, which I will pull out for you just to show you. You have to be careful. Give it a wiggle. There we go. You can feel it pop. Now this is hard plastic, and I know some of you have had some issues with breakage, so you do have to be careful and quite respectful of this. A lesson I learned early on when I did actually damage one of my elbow joints. You have to make sure all this is lined up before you bend in. Don't try bending when you're in a wrong position. You can just see the lines there. So if I wanted to twist the wrist there, it's going to bend there. So please be careful with them, because this part and the elbows are a little bit more delicate, so please look after them. So I'm just going to pop that back in, if it'll go in. Let me take it back out. No, she's not doing it. Right, this is why. Can you see inside? Hoping you can see that. You've got to make sure you get this in that hole exactly. So we'll try again. I'm going to push in and gently. Now we're in. So again, it's about being careful with your dolls. They are quite robust. I am a little bit rough with all my dolls, so mine have stood up brilliantly. I've not really had any issues. Like I said, the damage I had on the elbow was my fault because I was being too rough and I tried turning the hand into one position, the elbow went as well, and I'd not lined the joints up, so it damaged her. So that was sort of a bit of an issue, but I did manage to fix her, so I was quite lucky on that. Right, I'll start with these bracelets I've just took off her. I thought these were really pretty, cheap eBay find. I think they cost me about £1.50. Then see we've got the little dangly bits as well. So it is a set of 4, so you could just wear one bracelet, but I quite like them stacked up, because that is how they were designed as rings, to be stacked up. I would have thought that would be a bit irritating to wear if it was a ring, but as a bracelet it looks really cool. I think it gives her a little bit of boho chic. This is quite nice as well because it lines up with the blue of the dress there. So I was quite pleased with that little find, and again, very, very cheap. Now I'm going to deal with all the bracelets that I can get on with the hand off. I will show you why in a second. I did pick these up, a little disappointed with these. You are running a risk sometimes when you're buying on eBay or you're buying in from China with some of sort of the jewellery, because some of it can be quite nasty. From a distance this looks alright. It's not great quality, it really isn't, but I suppose again £1, it's not at the end of the world. It still makes a bracelet there which can look quite nicely when stacked up. You see that one doesn't go on. Okay, so that's no good really for me, but one of my other dolls may be able to wear it. But those two do look quite nice together, but I was a little disappointed with that one, I am afraid. Now going on to bangles, this is from a shop called Matalan. Now if you're over here in the UK, you know that's just one of our clothing departments, and they look okay. Nice little just normal basic bangles. They cost me £2 in the sale. Always look out for the sales. Supermarkets are great for jewellery sales as well, I find over here. So keep an eye out for the rings, and if you're like me, you'll be looking out for things that are not normal anyway, so you're not going, oh that's a ring, you're going, oh that's a dolly bracelet. You will see things in a different eye. But they make a quite nice set of bracelets. We do have one again, too tiny, so that one's not much use for her. In fact, we've got 2 of those, but they will work for one of the other dolls, so I will keep it. So for £2, again, I think it just adorns an outfit. If you're taking the doll out, you're wanting to dress them up a little bit, or you're taking some photographs, it is a great way of just giving that extra sort of, I don't know, sparkle to the outfit really. Please be careful though. I wouldn't recommend you leave them on all the time. Oh, I've just thrown one on the floor. These are cheap metal after all, and they may end up damaging the arm or marking the arm. I've not left mine on long enough to know that, but I know myself how silver can do that sometimes. It can discolour, and if it's going to discolour, it's going to discolour her skin as well. So please be careful and don't leave them on all the time. Two more solid ones. This was off an old necklace. It was just in a junk box, basically. They are plastic, so they're actually pretty safe on her. Pop them on. So we've got two nice bangles there. They're everyday bangles, aren't they, I think? So they're quite nice. And again, it was just an old necklace we got. I took it apart because I wanted some of the other parts on it to do some embellishing with. And we do collect quite a lot with us being cosplayers, so I'm always picking up scrap pieces of jewellery. So they worked out quite nicely. I had a play with resin. I don't know whether any of you have done this. I have seen some amazing YouTube videos out there, so please have a look if it's something. I bought some little silicone ring molds to try and do this. I personally didn't do them too great. I mean, this was nice and smooth, but when I got to the other side, it was rough. I was watching videos and they were saying sanding. I started sanding, just made it worse. So I think that one would take a bit of playing. I mean, I thought that was really cute with the cat ears, but you can see it's really rough under there. So again, I was a little disappointed. But if and when I get time at some point, it is something that I would look at again. Because I do use resin with the cosplay things, and I'm fine making gems and things like that. We've had some really good results. But for whatever reason, I didn't have much luck with these. So I need a bit of practice with that one. Now, this is the last one that's a solid band. Now we've got a nice gothy rock feel here. We've got all these little skulls. Now I was wondering what size Danny's male doll's arms are. I haven't got one. I would love one, but at the moment it's not something I can do, and apart from that, I don't think at the moment they're available anyway. But this one's okay, but it's a little bit, see how it slides up her arm quite a way. I mean, if she's wanting to do that rock chick gothy look, they'd be fabulous. But because it is bigger, then let's have a look at one of the others, sort of comparing the wrist size. Let's pick one of these up. You can see there's a larger hole diameter, and it is rather chunky. So if you're wanting to look for one for any of your guide dolls, I thought that was quite cute, and I think again it was a quid. Or as I say, if you're looking for that rocky sort of goth look, I think that would also look absolutely amazing on your dolls. So I'll save that. Perhaps one day I will have a gentleman doll to put this on their arm, because I don't think, not really the look my girls usually go for, so I wouldn't use them for it otherwise. Now I'm going to pop her hand back on. Reason being, see, the slide on easy. I think that's the safest way to do it. Take this bit off, not this. Is these. Now these are stretchy. These are brilliant if you can't take your hands off your doll. Not all dolls will work like this. A lot of ball jointed, if they're strong, things like that, you can't be taking the hands off because it's a lot of messing about. Whereas with this, you can just slide and stretch over. I quite like them. I like that chunky sort of bling look for her. I think it suits her quite nicely. And again, for taking off, it's just as simple. Obviously be careful with them, because if you keep doing it, eventually the elastic will go, but you could rethread them. I know I've been looking at maybe text. I've got two of these. I don't know why I ended up with two, but somehow I ended up with two. But I'm actually going to take one apart, because you can see there's the two little holes. I think they would make great sort of accessories to stitch on. I think like on the hat or something like that. I'm not sure what yet, but it is something I've thought of. So they're going to come in multi-purpose, these. I will keep one for a ring though, but I think I'm going to take the other one off, and then that'll give me some little shapes to use for other things. Now, this is a charity shop find, and again, stretchy bracelet. Now, it was so funny because the lady in the shop, so when I picked them up, they're only 50p each. She's going, oh, aren't they pretty rings? Yes. Oh, you know, I like wearing rings like that. And I'm like, just nodding my head away. And in the back of my head, I'm going, what great doll bracelets do they make? But I decided not to go into that discussion. So again, they slip on nicely. You can get these in lots of colours. I've seen them on eBay as well. But like I say, I just picked these up at the charity shop. So there we go. And they look quite nice together as well, because they're a little bit narrower. So you've got two bracelets. So I'm going to leave those on her. And just do a quick run through. Let's just pour all these rings over here. She's got quite the selection of bracelets now, so I don't think I need any for a while. I'm going to have a go at making some friendship bracelets, which, let me put her hand back in, which I thought might be quite cool. Maybe put a tutorial up on that if anyone was interested, just so we can make some homemade ones. But apart from that, it's cheap, cheerful, great way to just bling up that outfit. I think my stomach's just rumbled. I don't know whether you'll have been able to hear that. Oh well. But I thought it was just perfect. So thank you, Dawn, for buying me that gorgeous little ring that has made a gorgeous little bracelet for my doll. But I have to admit, I'm not sure where I've put it, otherwise I'll be showing you. It's really cute. When I changed them the other day when they were cosplaying, I took the bracelets off and I'm not sure. And again, I would recommend do not leave them on long term in case, because you can feel it's a little bit rough and that could be a little bit scratchy, or it could end up discolouring on the arm. So I wouldn't recommend you do that. So just a bit of information today. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to cough. Losing my voice a little bit. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe. Let's turn Chitose around there so she can see you. And hope to see you next time, and maybe we're going to make a little dolly bracelet. Bye.